Hi folks, welcome to my Bit Retro Journal. Today I'm going to do a little bit of maintenance on my QL, which I haven't done for a while, so I got all my components here. I bought this keyboard membrane a while ago, and I decided to finally take the one I have in there, even though it's still working out. It's not going to go to waste. I'm actually going to take it, and I have that spare QL motherboard, and it came, and then also got like a keyboard with membrane that I bought for the keyboard. It was just a top piece, and that has a membrane, and unfortunately that membrane is broken in this area, so you just can't use it. Whereas this one is still old stock that's in there, but it's working, so I might as well save it. So when I start tinkering with that, don't have to buy a brand new one until I figure out if it's usable or not, if I can get it to work. So I'm going to put this one in. This one is sort of the new stock. I think this is probably made in 2019 or between 17 and 19, but it has that sort of plastic that, when I got my Amiga 600, which had the original membrane in there from the 90s, it looked perfect in it. So this stuff I think is going to last a long time. The one negative is when it came mailed in a box, which was very thin, this was actually kinked, and so it has a kink in here and in here, and I actually ironed this part out. Still a slight one, but you can't really see it unless there's a reflection, whereas this one you can actually feel and see. I did look at it in magnifying and let's see if you can actually see what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. Whereas this one I got out for the most part. This one, but if you look at it really close, you end up getting sort of a curve and coming back up. So there's no hard edges. And I talked to the reseller, and they did say that if it breaks in 5 years, they would send me a new one. And I wasn't aggressive. I did not want them to waste money sending me another one if this one would work. The other thing that's nice about this is going to go into the QL like this. And so this is going to bend up like that. So the kink is actually going to be going against itself. So this might straighten out eventually as well. So anyway, that's going to go in the QL. I also have this, and I bought this back in the 90s, and this is a battery-backed clock, and you put a button cell in, and the way this works is kind of interesting. So it goes onto the ZX8302 chip, which does the microdrives, the serial ports, as well as it has a clock in it. And let's see if I can zoom in on it. The back of it is, you can see that, so this is pin 1 and this is pin 40. Well, pin 40 is actually the voltage that goes to the clock part of the chip. And so they basically disengage that and are using the button cell to go to that. And then there's also the two places where the chip gets power is on pin 11 and pin 1 at 40. So that's 40, and that's is this zoomed in? I mean, is this and then that's pin 11. And so I think what that's for is, because it has capacitor and a diode, is that when the button cell is dead, then this goes and powers the chip's clock when the computer is on, at least. So that, because otherwise, if it just completely disconnected from power, if this is dead, it'd be kind of a weird behavior that the chip would work, except the real-time clock wouldn't. So I think that's what it does. Yeah, and so it has a connector. You can put a CR20, 25, or you can probably put a 16 in there. I'm going to put a 2032 because those are fatter and they'll have more length for them. And this will only power the clock part of the chip, not the whole chip. So it should work. It's a pretty simple design. I took some pictures of it, so I might put a circuit design out there for if people want to copy this. Let me know. I posted a picture of this on the QL forum. So I want to put that in while it's open. And then the final thing that I have to work with is, so I have the US QLs, which has the DB9 serial ports and joystick ports. And there's this piece right here that broke. And basically what this is, sorry, I forgot that I was in zoom mode. So this hooks to the one of the ends of the serial port, and then this part right here which broke off. I was rattling around in my computer. I think it goes on like this. And its aim is to, when the, let me try to see if I can, I know you can't see anything at the moment because I'm in zoom mode. So the aim is, I think, when this gets plugged in, this just makes sure that it's tight, that other piece. And so what I need to do is, you can see right here, I have this piece of metal, which ends up being the same thickness. And I already cut the piece and drilled the hole. Let me zoom in again. And so I have the piece, and so basically I need to bend it inwards and then out and out to get that same going. But it's the same size, the same thickness. I drilled the hole, so it's not perfect, but it's pretty close. And so I'm going to also add that. So those are the things that I'm going to add to my QL. That's what's on the agenda today. So let me rearrange this so the computer is ready to be. Well, I'm going to open it up and I'll get ready to undo the. I'll undo the keyboard and change the membrane in front of the camera. But yeah. So let me flip this on its side to do it. All right. So I have the computer upside down, already opened up, and if I go closer, you can see what the first item I had to add in. Let me make sure that I can actually get it zoomed in. So you can see that's the, yeah, I need to go further down. That's the piece of metal. And you can see that it is literally under that thing, and this is where it's going to hit the, as the ROM part just comes in. So that is where I have to secure it from the other sides. So you can see I bent it. That's kind of how it should look. I think this probably may need to get bent out a little bit. And there is the plastic piece bent appropriately. You can see it's got the so that's where it connects, comes up, and then it has to do the double bend. And then this is the part that catches when it goes into the ROM slot. So, yeah, that part's fixed. All right, next I'm going to mount the camera and I'm going to take the keyboard membrane apart. So let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to take the keyboard membrane out now, and there's some double-sided tape there. There we go. And so I got to undo these screws, and for opening it, I'll use a big screwdriver so that I get as much. And that should lift the plate out. There's some tape here, so probably we'll have to it's going to require a little bit of I think I need to maybe pull the tape out of here. I know I've done this before, so this might be the side I put the tape out of. Yep, I think this is it. So it just kind of lifts up this way. Yeah. I think I must leave this tape on this side. So there's the membrane, and underneath you got the rubber domes. It's pretty clean, so I'm just going to not tempt fate, and I'm going to put the new keyboard underneath. Now let's do this the proper way. So put this in here, make sure that it gets set on. Not sure what's going on here, but oh, maybe it's is this longer? No, it's the right same size. I don't know why it's fighting me here. It's supposed to go in this slot right up here. There we go. And then in this slot, there are the guiding holes, and it's still askew a little bit, so it should go. It's in this one. It's not in this one. Why is it not going in this one? There we go. It's in that one, that, and that. Now we close the lid, and we're going to try to get the same holes. And the guiding holes are going to be, oops. Yep, that's where we want it. That's one. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Wow. That was just not easy. Let me put a screw in here just so that I can hold it down. And it should be this one here. Okay, there's one in there. Let me do the opposite on this side. Back it out first. Boy, which one? Oh, here it goes. So that's in. That's in, so we should now be able to take the perhaps loosen this. There we go. And yeah, with the US versions of the QL actually have this shielding and this tape with the shielding, and so it's a little bit more rigmarole than the English version, which I do have an English version, and this shield is a heavier metal for the US version. There we go. That is supposed, so this doesn't even have any left, but that is supposed to go down here and kind of seal it up. And then this should, that's my biggest one, yeah, okay. So now we can put these back in. There we go. Should be in pretty good shape. So now what you want to do here is you want to start the curve going. Basically you want to have a little bit of a, not too much, but some of it here. So you're going to go have this glued here. Same for this. You don't want it too tight. Hairs are good. Yep. This seems to be a little crooked. Okay. We use this double-sided tape because that's always good to have. This is a nice turn here. Okay, so I'm going to flip this computer up the other way and then work on removing that chip to put in before closing the whole thing up. All right, so let me do that. Let's actually move it over and zoom in here. So that is the ZX8302. I've already pried it loose a little bit, so I'm just going to go and give it a little bit of leverage. Yeah. I don't want to bend it too much. See if I can't. Oh yeah, so out it comes. All right. And then I have this, which is going to go in here this way. And let me make sure I seat this properly. And again, sometimes having a light is helpful. I think that will do it. Oops, check the camera. I think that is actually going to... I think that is how it's supposed to be in there. Give this a push. Yep. That is in there, and it's... let's give her the old battery. So that should give it, and then the final thing is we're going to plug this in here as we close the lid. It eases in nicely, and then the final one is this one. Yep. It's very fidgety. All right, it's there. And now we can close her up. Ta-da! Oh, no, I can't. I forgot to put the chip back in. Last but by no means least, we're gonna go and put this chip into the new socket. Oh, that fits really nice. Should just be able to. Here it goes. That's it. It's in there. Oh, it's in there. So on Zoom. All right. Let's see if it actually works. So I can leave it where it is. Let's move it to the let's make sure we can see the monitor. That tightens it. All right, we can move this back into the frame. I'm just going to plug in the power and let's give it the old power. QL's booting. You can see the power going. And And the test is going to be, can I test to see if, can I verify to see if the date and time slow works? So let's give that a try. All right, we're in ICE, and so let me change the date, which is, I think it's down here. There it is. And it's going to be 2022. We're in the new year, month is the 1st, and we are the 21st. Okay, so that's the time. There we go. So February 21st. So now, not rebooting, but I'm actually going to pull the power plug. Power has been pulled. Give it about 10 seconds and plug it back in. And we will see if this works. February 21st, 2022. Look at that. I will end by zooming in on that just so you can see. Time is set. So the battery-backed internal clock will now work. And new keyboard, everything should work on that. I guess I should verify that one time by just going... There it goes. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then symbol, symbol, symbol. Back, forward. Well, I know the arrows work, so function keys work. So yeah, I think I'm good to go. Tab, caps lock. Yep. All right. So I think I'm good to go. I want to end it here today. So thanks for joining me. Got a little bit of update on my, let's pan back out and get the whole screen here. Got a little bit of TLC for my QL as I put a new keyboard membrane in. Let's brighten the screen a little bit. There we go. New keyboard membrane. Fixed the little tab for the ROM, and then added the little card that gives me a battery back clock. So I'll end there, and I'll see you next time.